it's Erica with Yoga TX, and today we are going to work on low back. So if you like the video, find us on Facebook, add us to your playlist so you can work on stretching out your back at any time. So a lot of us have low back pain. It's one of the most common complaints that I hear from my students. We get this because so many times we're bending over, we're bending forward. So one of the great things about yoga is we get to incorporate back bends, and that helps neutralize the spine. So forward folds are also really great for stretching the low back muscles. So we're gonna start off doing one of those. So you're gonna bring your right foot out to the side with the toes facing up. You're gonna turn your body over your torso. Sole of the left foot comes to the inner right thigh. On the inhalation, you're gonna lift the arms, and on the exhale, place your hands upon your shins and then slowly start to slide your hands down towards your feet. So you just wanna go far enough to where you feel a nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings, low back. And then we'll come back to that breath we were talking about at the beginning of our centering video. Deep inhalations through the nose and exhalation out through the nose. So you can flex your toes back towards your face if you'd like to get a deeper stretch in your calf. And then also if you're feeling too much pressure in your hamstring, bend up your knee a little bit. That will alleviate that pressure. So let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And then on an inhalation, we'll raise the arms and come back up. And then we're gonna do the left side. So left leg out, sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Turning your torso over your left leg. Here's a variation. You can inhale your arms to begin, and on the exhalation, forward fold. So that takes a little bit more core strength, so maybe you can work up to that. And then we're flexing the toes back towards the face. And then if you're feeling good about the stretch in the back of your legs, you can continue to work your forehead down to the knee. On an inhalation, slowly coming back up. And we'll switch to our next exercise now. So this is called cat and cow. It's a very, very popular yoga pose done in a lot of classes. So we'll come up to hands and knees. Your hands are gonna be directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips at hip width distance. Spread your fingertips wide. You wanna have a slight bend in the elbows here to protect your joints. On the inhalation, start to raise your head, neck, and chest as you tilt the tailbone up and back. And on the exhale, you're gonna round your spine, separating the shoulder blades, bringing your belly button into your spine. Crown of the head comes down towards the mat. Inhale as you pull the chest forward, tilt the tailbone up and back. Exhale, rounding the spine like an angry cat, crown of the head down towards the floor. So you can do as many repetitions of these as possible. I know some people do 25 or 50 of these a day. It really helps with low back pain. So we're flexing and lengthening the spine here. It's a great warm up for the rest of our practice. Let's do one more. And you can bring your hips to your heels. Rest here a moment, coming back to the breath. Take a couple of deep breaths. Now we're going to come to you standing tall on the knees. So if you have sensitive knees, I recommend using a blanket to pad the knees. We call this a yoga prop. And then I'm also going to demonstrate by using this block. It's really nice if you have difficulty getting your forehead all the way down to the mat. They're really inexpensive. You can find them at a Target or a Walmart. So we're going to put the block in front of us. All right, knees are going to be hip width distance. On the inhalation, we'll lift the arms. And on the exhalation, as you forward fold at the waist, sweeping the arms behind your back, and then bringing your forehead down to the block. Inhale as you lead with the chest, sweeping the arms back towards the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms. You want to simultaneously have your forehead touch the block as your hands come to the back of your sacrum. Inhale up, really reaching out of the waist. Exhale as you forward fold. So you want to continue this movement for 10, 20 repetitions. Then you can also do a variation by turning your head and bringing your ear down to the block. This is good for stretching out the neck. So alternating ears. We'll do one last one, the classical way. Leading with the chest as you raise the arms. Hands to the heart. Come back to your breath here. Now we'll transition to our backs. So you can move the props to the side. Bend up the knees, soles of the feet down onto your mat at hip width distance. You're going to place the palms down to your side. You want your heels to be back in towards your body to where you could almost brush your heels with your fingertips. And then firmly place your shoulders down onto the mat. On an inhalation, you're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your back down to the mat. Inhale, press down through the soles of the feet as you lift the hips. Exhale as you slowly lower down. So this should feel pretty good, almost like giving yourself a little spinal massage. And this is actually a back bend. So we're neutralizing the spine from all the forward bending that we do in our everyday lives. And flex the spine in the opposite direction. So slower is always better when we do our postures. You can do as many of these as you like. We're going to do one more here, maybe lifting the hips inch higher. And then exhale as you slowly come down. Lastly, we're going to finish off with a pose called Happy Baby. So coming back down to your back, bend the knees and the soles of the feet come up towards the ceiling. You're going to take your hands and grab the outside of the feet, pressing down into the soles of your feet with your hands. And you can start to rock back and forth, up and down. This is a great hip stretch as well. We're also releasing the lower back here. And then when you're finished, slowly bring your knees together. And you can start to rock up and down the spine, coming back up to a seated position. Thanks for watching. Again, add us to your playlist so you can follow along and see the benefits that these exercises can bring. Namaste.